one of the biggest challenges we had during all the hullabaloo that was going on was we're watching TV, right? And when we watch TV here, we're watching the local news, right? And I mean local news, right? So it's stuff that's like local news coverage, not associated with a big network at all. And it was great. These people they're locals. They understand the neighborhood. They understand what's going on. They're giving you the real scoop. Some of them are a little better at it than others. Others are a little dramatic and a little, brought themselves a little too much into the story. Like, oh, I remember when I had a dog, I mean, there's some of that. There was some of that, but it was very minimal. Compare that to the national news, which was what everybody in my family that is outside of LA, my friends, that's what they were getting, right? Which was so much of the just awful clickbaity, high drama, who did what the blame was, where basically whose fault it is, the fact that they didn't have they had water in the Palisades, but there was so much of that awfulness and just inaccurate and just so clickbaity that it was really, I think, an indictment of where national mainstream, and I mostly mean here the CNNs, the CBSs, the NBCs, the big national news networks are right now, Fox, all of them were just absolutely pitiful at the reporting on this, except where they brought in some of the local reporting, right? When they brought in the local reporting, it was fine. But for us locals here, it was amazing to watch the difference. And the specific example I'll give you is on social media, there was a thing going around literally yesterday. It came from CBS News, and it was a map and the headline on the map, and it was a Facebook post. I saw it on TikTok. I saw it on Instagram. And it was basically a big image from CBS News that said 3 major fires raging in Los Angeles. And it showed the Palisades fire, basically the what they call the Hearst fire, which is up near Altadena. And then the Hearst fire, which is a new fire. And then, of course, the Pasadena Altadena fire. Both of those, by the way, the Pasadena fire and the Altadena fire are out for the Altadena fire is 91% contained, and the Palisades fire is, by all intents and purposes, out. I mean, it's just they're sifting through the rum, they're making sure there's no hot spots and stuff, but it's been out for a week and a half. The Hearst fire was new. The Hearst fire was brand new as of yesterday. But the way that you looked at the map, like I looked at it and went, oh, my house is on fire right now, because the way that they had the Hearst, they had one of the fires was the graphic was so inaccurate. It basically looked like flames were everywhere, and it was very dramatic and basically, and with no context. Basically, it was 3 major fires raging in Los Angeles as the headline. No other context other than, we're continuing to follow this dramatic story as 3 major fires raged through Los Angeles. It's like, if you were outside the area or outside the country, you would think the whole city is on fire. And that's the level of reporting that we're getting from the national news media. And I think it's just indicative of where national mainstream media is right now.
Well, kudos to the local reporters.
Oh, man. And it's such an important, I don't know how many times you and I have ranted and raved about the need and importance of local news and local journalism and local media, and why brands haven't latched onto this. And this is such the business case for it. This is such the business case for a brand coming in and taking a major step in putting themselves out there to have a local news organization and be able to fund it properly and be able to look at that, because there was never any more important business case for local media than it was those 2 weeks.